Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this month's Current. Today's talk is about ingredients and frequencies that make the difference. And what I'm going to put together for you today to really kind of be able to cover all of those amazing ingredients that we have with the Tru Energy Skincare active ingredients and support ingredients is I'm going to go through every single product with a tag as on like some of my favorite ingredients in each one of those jars, as well as a pro tip on how I use it or how I've taught people how to use that to be able to optimize the best possible results from that particular product, like the daytime treatment. Okay. Pro tip is if you ever have an area like a keratosis, which is a buildup of dead skin cells, you can sometimes see those as brown, sometimes see those as raised. Sometimes they're not raised, they're just discolored. Or if your face has a dullness or acne, this is a really great exfoliant to be able to get to the deeper penetrating areas where we've potentially even lost elastin. So my pro tip here is that when you're using the exfoliant, you're scooping out and you're putting it on the different areas of the face so that you don't, so that you make sure that you have enough of those jojoba beads in all the different areas. And you're doing 10 seconds in each area, but on those areas that maybe are a little bit more stubborn, maybe it's your cheek, excuse me, sorry, maybe it's your cheek, maybe around your mouth. You can do an extra 10 seconds in those areas where you're really looking to soften up those that elastin that's not allowing product penetration because of that dead skin cell buildup. My pro tip on this one is that when you massage for 30 or 60 seconds before you rinse off, it allows the fruit acids to actually activate without over exfoliating. So if you dampen your face and you put the gentle clarifying facial cleanser on, and you even just let it sit for a few minutes, for like 30 seconds, 60 seconds before you start massaging it in, that is a great way to be able to activate that cell turnover without over exfoliating. And the pro tip here is we have natural Hawaiian oils that are in the protective daytime treatment. So if you are going out in the daytime to, for whatever reason, by all means, add an extra layer of that application of the day treatment before you go outside to help protect your skin from those UV lights. I have a second pro tip here. So while using the day treatment with the facelift protocol, you can actually leave the face slightly damp to increase the slip. So if you leave your face slightly damp, like you use a nice organic cotton towel to pat the face dry, you're going to leave it a little bit damp. So use your daytime treatment before you do the protocol, if you're doing the protocol in the morning, and you'll get an extra slip on that daytime treatment. Pro tip is to warm your hands, and you then scoop a little bit of your nighttime treatment between your fingertips. So you're warming your hands first, you're scooping, and then you're rubbing between the tips of your fingerprints. You don't want to rub your whole hands because you don't want to lose all that ingredient on your hands. So after you warm your whole hand, scoop, rub your fingertips together, and then press that beautiful overnight treatment into your skin, and making sure that when you do this, you are not cheating some of those areas that are really going to show some aging and need cell repair, like right in front of the ears, making sure that you're going around the lips. A lot of people forget their lips, making sure that you go under the eyes, making sure that you are doing your actually eyebrows, and then making sure you hit the hairline. So you're not just doing your cheeks, you're making sure you go right in front of the ears in the airlines. I would do the ear lobes, and making sure you come up underneath the chin, the neck, and this upper area of your chest that really, really needs these antioxidant factors to help repair the age spots that can really show on the chest and the neck. Okay. And doing that at night gives this great like overnight renewal where you can really, by pressing it on, just kind of leaving it, it leaves it time to soak in, if you will. I like the soaking in part. Pro tip. Of course, you're going to cleanse the skin and you're going to do your serum before you do your creams, because if you're not doing the protocol, you want serums, the most active, highly concentrated nutrients, the serum closest to the skin before you put your cream on top of it. And that's how serums work, is they're highly concentrated, they absorb deeply, so you want to make sure that you put it on under your cream. And then again, making sure that you're pumping a pump or pump and a half in your fingertips, making sure that you're patting that on all of the areas before you gently tap it, rub it in. Tapping it in is nice for the serum to make sure that you have enough on your neck and on your chest and those areas that we tend to do our cheeks, and then shortcut the rest of them by doing the forehead, the nose, the mouth, and the neck, and in front of the ears. We want to make sure that we have enough on our fingertips to really deliver the nutrients to those other areas that we're shortcutting. So making sure that you're doing the pump, pat, nose, chin, neck. And then if you need more, you don't have enough in your hand, do even another extra half a pump and do the neck as well. Again, because the neck needs the extra work, right? And then the upper chest. Our pro tip on this one is it has a lot of ingredients to increase cell turnover. So I tend to prefer to use this one at night. Unless I'm not going out during the day, I will use it twice a day, but not if I'm going to go out in the sun, because the cell turnover can sometimes make skin sensitive. So I tend to use it more at night. And I'm always tending to also separate it a little bit from my nighttime routine of the serum and the nighttime treatment. So I'll use the nighttime, I'll do that protocol in the bathroom, washing my face, doing the cleanser with the cleanser, doing the serum, doing the nighttime treatment, and then I get in bed, and maybe 15-20 minutes later, I have the ageless spot remedy sitting next to my bed. I will put that on before I go to sleep so that I give it a little bit of space from all the active ingredients in the serum and the nighttime treatment. I like to keep those active ingredients a little bit further apart when they're as strong as this ageless spot remedy is. So my pro tip here is that if you are using this with the eye mask, it is beautiful to put that eye mask in the refrigerator and possibly even the advanced eye serum in the refrigerator. And you have that beautiful, cool sensation when you're using the advanced eye repair serum. And you can also use it with the eye applicator, which by nature is cool, but you can also put that in the refrigerator. So it's kind of nice to have that cool feeling under the eyes, especially if you're using the eye mask at night, but in the morning to be able to take that puffiness out and using the eye applicator with that. So being able to really kind of tap that and move that all the way around the eye bones, the orbitals, as well as outside of that to really, if you're having a lot of puffiness under your eye. My pro tip here is part of really how you use the hydration, the bioadaptive hydration serum, which is that you're just using 1 to 2 drops in your day treatment or your night treatment. And this will also really help to increase the hydration of those. If you're having tired, dry skin, or you're first starting with Tru Energy and your skin is soaking up these creams, the daytime treatment and the nighttime treatment, they're soaking them up like a sponge. It's because your skin is craving hydration and repair. So this is a great place to be able to add 1 or 2 drops to your day and your night to be able to increase that hydration much faster. My other pro tip here is that this is an amazing reparative oil for over sun exposure or sun exposure. If you've had some over sun exposure on your face or your hands, you can use a drop in the daytime treatment or the nighttime treatment or the body lotion and use that to actually repair that overexposure to the sun. And if you do that as soon as possible, then you will absolutely see the repair from that, where you don't see the adverse effects of the skin burning and getting drier and getting that thicker layer of protection. A pro tip here on this one is that again, it is the sun exposure factor. If you've had over sun exposure and you've been burned, I've definitely had many people report that when they've used this after over sun exposure, that it calms, cools, and eliminates that feeling of your skin being burned and repairs it. So I've had wonderful feedback on that for people who have been using it. My suggestion is that you use it before you go out so that you don't get the over sun exposure and you don't get burnt. So that's also a pro tip, is use this body lotion before you go out to avoid all of that heat sucking the moisture out of your skin, as well as for sun damage. You also can, I've got a couple of pro tips on this one. You also can, if you're getting out of the shower and you're a little bit damp, you can also use this body lotion to help have it just go a little bit further, a little bit more slip, and a little bit more moisture that you're pulling into the skin with this. My last pro tip on this one is that most of the time when people put on body lotion, they put on body lotion on the backs of their arms, the top of their arm, maybe the front of their shoulder and the back of the shoulder. Do not forget the under the arm. This is where you might not see it, but this is where the creping happens, is in this tender skin underneath the arm and on the inside of the thigh, on the back of the calf, the areas that we don't tend to look at. Make sure you hit all of these areas. It's very key. So your elbows could use a little extra, your triceps, and making sure that you're, getting to that creping area, and make sure you're avoiding the creping area if you're starting early. Always a plus. Here's a pro tip with this. With, again, most moisturizers, they're stripping. This is not stripping, it's hydrating. So you'll actually get natural oils. And if you feel that slight slip after you've rinsed off the body wash, do not worry about that. It's not slime. It's not, it's not coming off your skin. That's the moisturizing factor. Let it ride, right? So if you have that slippery kind of feeling, it's still hydrating your skin. So you want to rinse off well, but you also, when you're toweling dry, to make sure that you're not taking that moisture out of your skin again, to pat towel dry is always really helpful. Pro tip here would also be to not use a towel to scrub it to dry your skin, but to pat your skin to make sure that you're keeping that nice hydrating oil on the surface of your skin and not taking it off.